turn off that phone. Now, I'm not your parent and I'm not here to tell you what to do with your life. But God, that phone has a grip on us. And the worst part, it feels good. The scrolling, the quick videos, the constant stimulation, the fast dopamine hit to your brain, it makes you feel like you're doing something. Like your mind is full, entertained, busy. But stop for a second and ask yourself this. What actually happens when I stop? Because I love scrolling too. TikTok, Instagram Reels, Shorts, I get it. I'm not going to sit here and act like I'm above it. Like I have figured it out and I'm now some sort of perfect monk living in the mountains with no Wi-Fi. No, I scroll too. I even checked my phone 5 times while writing this script. 5. I caught myself wanting to open TikTok, wanting to refresh something, wanting to feel the silence for no reason at all. And that's exactly the problem, not the phone itself, not the apps, the fact that we have trained our brain to be uncomfortable with stillness. The second there is a quiet moment, we reach for the phone. The second we feel bored, we scroll. The second life slows down a little, we look for stimulation. And I started asking myself, what happens if I don't? What happens if I leave the phone on the table? What happens if I sit with my thoughts for a minute? What happens if I let myself be bored? And honestly, more changed than I expected. I started breathing more. Not in some dramatic way, but in a real way. I felt more present. I looked around me more. I noticed my room more. My thoughts slowed down a little. I worked more efficiently. I had more patience. I started learning a language again. I had more time for things that used to feel small, but suddenly felt important again. Even showering. And that sounds stupid until you really think about it. I used to enjoy showering. I actually enjoy it. Standing there thinking, relaxing, letting the day settle. Then somewhere along the way, even that became rushed. Or worse, I'd bring my phone with me nearby, thinking about the next video, the next notification, the next thing to consume. And when I used my phone less, I started enjoying those little moments again. Not because my life suddenly became magical, but because my brain had enough space to actually be there. That's what I think scrolling steals from us the most. Not just time, presence, attention, mental quiet, the ability to sit in a moment without needing to be filled immediately. And no, I'm not saying you need to quit your phone forever. Let's be real. That's difficult. For a lot of people, it's not just a habit anymore, it's an addiction. And I don't even mean that in some dramatic way. I mean it genuinely. We reach for it without thinking. We unlock it without knowing why. We open one app, then another, and suddenly 40 minutes are gone, and we don't even remember what we watched. That's not always lack of discipline. That's a loop, a dopamine loop. Your brain gets used to constant novelty, constant stimulation, constant reward with almost no effort. So of course it's hard to stop. Of course your hand reaches for it automatically. Of course your brain says, just one more video. That doesn't mean you're weak. It means your brain got used to easy stimulation, and breaking that doesn't happen in one day. That's why I'm not telling you to throw your phone away. I'm not telling you to disappear into the forest and never touch social media again. I'm just saying, take a little control back. Because there is so much more to life than this tiny screen. And I know that sounds obvious, but I don't think we actually live like we believe it. Even cleaning your room feels more fulfilling than scrolling for 3 hours. Cooking something for yourself feels better. Rearranging your room feels better. Playing video game with intention feels better. Learning a few words of a new language feels better. Drawing badly for 15 minutes feels much better. Singing, writing, walking, stretching, journaling, sitting outside, watching the sunset, literally doing nothing but breathing for a minute. All of it feels more real than scrolling. And I'm not saying every second on your phone is evil. Sometimes I scroll to keep up my streak with friends on TikTok. Sometimes I send dumb videos. Sometimes I laugh at something and I'm glad I saw it. That's not the problem. The problem is when phone slowly starts replacing your life instead of fitting into it. When it steals your attention before the day even begins. when it becomes the first thing you touch in the morning and the last thing you see at night. When your brain gets so used to being fed that silence starts feeling uncomfortable, that's scary. Because there could be a version of you waiting on the other side of that screen time. A calmer version, a more creative version, a more focused version, a version of you that actually has the energy to do the thing you keep saying you want to do. There might be a hobby in you that never got a chance because your attention span got eaten alive. There might be a language you'd love learning, an instrument you'd actually enjoy, a story you want to write, a business idea you keep postponing, a room you'd finally clean, a conversation you'd finally have, a walk you'd finally take, a life you'd finally notice. And maybe it doesn't start with deleting every app. Maybe it starts smaller than that. Maybe it starts with noticing how often you reach for your phone, noticing what you're trying to escape every time you scroll. Boredom, stress, loneliness, overthinking, silence. Maybe scrolling isn't always about entertainment. Maybe sometimes it's emotional avoidance. Maybe we don't scroll because we're interested. Maybe we scroll because we don't want to be alone with our own mind. And if that's true, then that's a much deeper conversation than just use your phone less. So no, I don't want you to overthink this. Don't make it dramatic. Don't tell yourself you have to become a new person by tomorrow. And don't throw your phone away right now. I mean, you still need to finish this video, let's be honest. But the next time that small thought appears in your brain, that quiet little moment where something in you says, turn it off, go do the thing, get up, go outside, just start, listen to it, even if it's just once, even if you only put the phone away for 15 minutes. Go do something with those 15 minutes. Cook, stretch, clean your desk, play guitar, draw badly, write one paragraph, practice a language, sit outside. Do literally anything that reminds you that you're still a human being, not just a pair of eyes feeding a screen. And then come back in a month or two and tell me what changed. Tell me if you felt calmer. Tell me if you felt more in control. Tell me if you started liking your own company a little more. Tell me if you remembered what it feels like to actually live inside your day instead of scroll through it. Because I'm trying to. I'm addicted to this thing as well. I'm not speaking from some perfect place. I'm speaking from the middle of it. I'm trying to scroll less and I live more. I'm trying to put more time into my dreams, into videos, into learning, into building something that actually matters to me. And I know I only get one life. You do too. So then let your entire life be spent looking down. Keep your phone, use it, laugh on it, talk to people on it, enjoy it. But don't lose yourself in it. Don't let it steal your attention, your creativity, your peace, your boredom, your thoughts, your life. Let's keep the scrolling if we want to. But let's not lose control. Let's not lose ourselves. Let's keep our humanity by 1% more every day. Because I really do believe there is still a beautiful life outside of that screen. And I think some of you need to hear that as much as I do.